Hello and welcome to the TAC. This is race 5. Welcome to TAC. This is race 5, and we are at Istanbul Park. Currently, there is 2 minutes and around 15 seconds left in the qualifying right now, with Levent Ipek currently pole position, but Lewis Ferrier is currently trying once again another lap, but so is Levent Ipek. Eferdem Aytekin is in second, with Eren Demirbakan in third. Lewis Ferrier, who's currently leading the championship, is in fourth, with Utku Güler fifth, Fatih Sartaş sixth, Mert seventh, Hüseyin Said eighth, and Bill Akman ninth in ninth place. In terms of the championship, it is Lewis Ferrier and Levent Ipek who will be trying to claim the championship for themselves this race. Eren Demirbakan could theoretically get it, but I actually don't know if you can. So the winner gets 25 points. Could he? Yeah, Eren Demirbakan could only get the championship if Lewis Ferrier and Levent Ipek mess up. Maybe they collide with each other and then don't finish this race. And if Eren Demirbakan after that manages to win, then he can just grab the championship from those two. But currently, first place, Lewis Ferrier in the championship has 81 points, Levent Ipek 74. Eren Demirbakan has 56, so as I've said, he would have to win while Lewis Ferrier and Levent Ipek needs to not finish. Cole Bradbury with 41 points, Fatih Sartaş also with 41. Utku Güler then is also tied with Utku Güler is tied with Bill Akman. They both have 35 points. Mert Hüseyin Said both have 28. Berk Yakin has 26. Eferdem Aytekin has 24, and so on and so forth. In terms of teams, Kemikli Yarışçılık, which is the team that Levent Ipek and Eren Demirbakan drive for, currently has 130 points. S528, which is Lewis Ferrier and Cole Bradbury, has 126 points. So this race it's not just a race for the Drivers' Championship, but also for the teams. Now, in terms of teams, in terms of points, if you do not know, first place gets 25 points, second place 20, third place 16, with fourth place getting. Third place gets 16, and then fourth place gets 13, and then 5 down, 5 to 15 is just going down by 1, so 11, 10, 9, 8, whatever, right? Now, Lewis Ferrier, who's currently leading the championship, also won the last season, season 1. And that was with 80.5 points. Now, he's on 81, and hopefully, he'll win this one. Or he wants to win this one. As we're going to overtime for qualifying, as Mert halts to a stop. So that's the starting order. It's Levent Ipek, first place, pole position, with Eferdem Aytekin second, Eren Demirbakan third, Lewis Ferrier fourth, Utku Güler fifth, Fatih Sartaş sixth, Bill Akman seventh, Mert eighth, and Hüseyin Said ninth. Levent Ipek is holding pole, has pole with a 1:51.723. Eferdem Aytekin has a 1:52.387. Now, Lewis Ferrier, who, if you just joined, is currently leading the championship. Did a 1:52.504. So compared to Levante Beck, it's definitely very slow. He ideally wants to, catch up to these guys, catch to Levante Beck, and win this race. However, we just have to see if his pace is going to be there. Maybe he'll manage the tires better. Who knows? But maybe some sort of pit strategy could help him win. But we'll have to see. And it seems unlikely that the teams are actually gonna have much of a challenge, because S528, which is with the team with Lewis Berger and Cole Bradbury is not racing today, so he's not gonna be, he's not gonna do much for the team. So I think chemically if they both do quite a good, quite good, they should be able to do it. And Levante Beck is in first with Erhan Demirbakan in third. Yes, he is in third. All right, we have now a little bit about Istanbul Park. It's a FIA 1 graded circuit. Today we're racing at the Grand Prix version of the track. It is located in Turkey, Istanbul. That's why it's called Istanbul Park. And around now, the Grand Prix circuit is around 3.3 miles or 5.3 kilometers long. It has 14 turns. And it has 14 turns, yeah. The safety car is going into the pits now. Sorry about that. We had a bit of technical difficulties there, but the safety car is now going into pits, parked right there, right next to the other one, and now. Now, as the cars are going past the final turn into the start-finish straight, we'll be seeing racing very soon. Very soon now, as the cars are speeding up to this to the timing line, and now it's green flag. F. overtakes Lemantebeck on that first corner, but I think he's gone a bit wide. Yeah, so Lemantebeck takes his place back. If Istanbul managed to keep second place. If Istanbul might try a move again, but Lewis Ferrier also seems like he might want to do something soon. Patti Sartash is around 3/10 of a second to Eranur Makam. There, and if Istanbul around 1/10 of a second to the back of Lemantebeck. Well, to the front. Was weaving there as it's noting safety car, but I don't think it is safety car. It doesn't seem to be. I don't see a safety car. Doesn't appear to be coming out anytime soon. And the cars are definitely going way too fast for a safety car. Look at Lewis Ferrier now. He's if you just joined, Lewis Ferrier is leading the championship. This inside is 2/10 of a second behind Blackman. Currently, nothing has really happened in terms of that helicopter is extremely close. Wow, nothing has happened in terms of changes since they have started. No, actually, that seems to be wrong. I think Lewis Ferrier was in fourth, and yes, no, it was a safety car. That is very true. As the safety car is now coming to catch up with the cars, I believe. I think drivers as well might have thought that it's not actually a safety car. But as the cars are now behind the safety car, I think if Martin can just overtake there under safety car, he might get a penalty if he doesn't give back that great position. Or it might have been the Mentebeck allowing him to overtake, but I do not know. Yeah, if Martin can just let him, and oh, he's had to hang back. Yeah, I think he might have been given a penalty or something. Oh no, he's parked his car. Yeah, if Martin has parked his car, I think he's going to be out the race today. Or he's definitely going to be at the very back of it. He's definitely going to be. Well, no, we are safety cars, so he should have time to catch up. He will be at the back of the grid, but if he drives well, he might be able to make up those positions. It's only P9. It's gonna be probably a few more laps of safety car before the race starts, and oh, that is F. automatically taking back his place. No, he's gone first place again. Wow, okay. So it wasn't a penalty. I think it was purely his mistake to mess up on the safety car. I'm surprised he was allowed back, but strange. That's a very nice livery on that car there. But yeah, we will do another lap on safety car. I think FR Adamatican's livery might be new because I don't think I've seen that one before in the previous races. It doesn't appear that's new, but I might be wrong. If you do not know, we did 5 races this championship with Busada Porcar, and that one it was Levantepec taking pole position with with Lewis Ferrier winning that one, and then we went to Autodrome Most in Czech Republic with Lewis Ferrier getting pole position for that one and Cole Bradbury winning that one. Nürburgring, it was Levantepec who set pole position with Eren Demirbakan winning that one. Then we went to Misano, the Misano World Circuit in Italy, and that was Levantepec getting pole and the win with that one. And now, today, we'll have to see. The track temperature is around 25 degrees Celsius. That's usually how it is. Funnily enough, in most circuits, that's not really something that's tough. The safety car seems to have gone into the pits now, as the race will be starting back in just shortly, just in a couple corners. It seems that Apple went back to second place, even though he, overtook during the safety car. But it seems that is back in first now, as it's back on racing now. Lewis Ferrier just behind Apple It's not time. Apple seems to have gone wide again, meaning Lewis Ferrier just squeezes in there and overtakes FR. Lewis Ferrier trying to hold this position as about trying to make moves, trying to get back that position, that second place. Now down into the hairpin. Little bit of jitter there, as Eren Demirbakan passes down the inside of tries passing down the inside, but he doesn't make a stick. And Demirbakan is gonna have to try again in a few corners. Maybe the next one is it. He tries going down the inside, but no, doesn't have that speed. Oh, a bit on the curb. He went on the sausage curb there. The car bounced a bit. That's going to be ideal, as Fatih Sartaş is right behind him. Two bounces are going behind him. But they're both in the same team, so hopefully they keep it quite safe. Levante sets a new fastest lap as the cars are coming back round. And now Fatih Sertaç is around 6 tenths of a second to Eren Demirbakan. Eren Demirbakan around 1 second, I want to say, to Efe Erdem. Utku Güler might have a chance to overtake Mansur for P6 in a few turns, maybe a few laps time, depending on how much pace that Mansur has compared to Utku Güler. It seems Levante, which, you know, might be a common theme, has just you know, flown away basically. Is around 1 minute 30 seconds, 1 minute 40 there in this corner here, 1 minute 30 seconds ish away from Lewis Ferrier. So if Levante finishes first and Lewis Ferrier finishes third, then Levante will be the champion. However, if Lewis gets second, he still has that advantage where he'll take that championship. The gap between Lewis Ferrier and Levante is now around 1:16. Ideally, Levante wants Efe Erdem to do something for him, right? To overtake Lewis Ferrier, because that's mostly the chance he has. Levante just needs to just hope, just pray, right? Not much you can do in this situation. It's mostly up to Lewis Ferrier's Ferrier, you know? How well can he drive? As Bilakman is going into the pits now. That's the first pit stop of this race, around 10 minutes in. Quite surprised actually. I feel like there's a bit more to go. Now, Bilal Akman is also in the pits, so now it's Hüseyin Sait and Bilal Akman both in the pits. And no, I might have been wrong. Hüseyin Sait was the second person to the pit. Bilal Akman is now leaving the pits, and Hüseyin Sait has now started moving and should be leaving the pits just in a few seconds. They're on board with Efe Erdem. Now the gap between Lewis Ferrier and Efe Erdem is, you know, they're getting closer. Every lap, they're getting a little bit closer. Now it's gone down to 0.77, 0.73, around there. If Efe Erdem makes this and puts Lewis Ferrier in third, that's going to be great for Levante because that means that Levante will win. So, you know, Levante just needs to make sure, needs to just hope, basically, pray that Efe Erdem will overtake. And for Lewis Ferrier, it's a matter of he just has to keep that pace. Lewis Ferrier is under quite a bit of stress now, quite a bit of pressure from, you know, from Efe Erdem. Hüseyin Sait around 4 tenths to Bilal Akman. I believe that's Bilal Akman in a GT in the Ford, I believe, from what I can tell from the back. If I'm not wrong. No, I'm completely wrong. I think that is a Ferrari. I don't know, the point kind of looks like a bit of a GT. A bit of a 4GT, you know. Now, if I had the amount, we can now around 0.6, 0.65, but he's gone on the grass a little. He's making a few mistakes. That might be great for Lewis Ferrier. He's adamant to try and overtake Lewis Ferrier, but he's making mistakes. So that's great for Lewis Ferrier, but that's not great for Levante back here. Yeah, he's gone a bit wide, slightly wide there. It should be fine. I don't see why not. Using all the traffic that he has available, but it's a bit. It's not great. He's making too many mistakes. He's making a little bit there, and he's straight going back down to around 7/10, 7.5 even 0.75 seconds to Lewis Ferrier. Utku now very close to Fatih Sertaç now. Give or take around 8/10 to Fatih Sertaç. Now around this corner around 90, 100 kilometers an hour. And it might be this straight that allows him to pass Fatih Sertaç, but it seems unlikely. Bilal Akman and Hussein Said are so far behind now, but once the other cars pit, that gap might go down a bit, and maybe, who knows, maybe a safety car will happen. Sorry for the stream problems a little. It seems there's a couple, I believe it's internet outages. Levante sets the fastest lap of the race with a 1:52.578. Levante is still holding on. But it's more up to Lewis Ferrier. It's completely in his hands now. Lewis Ferrier just needs to make sure that he doesn't mess up, that he doesn't allow Adam Aytekin to pass him. Now Lewis Ferrier and Adam Aytekin, it does seem that Adam Aytekin is faster every lap on average. So looking at the last 4 laps, you know, it seems he's doing quite well, but that the pace that Adam Aytekin had, he just doesn't have currently. The last 2 laps have been quite bad, haven't been as good as they were previously. On the lap before that and the lap before that. Hussein Said is around 0.35 seconds to Bilal Akman. If Adam Aytekin going down the inside of Lewis Ferrier, this now means Lewis Ferrier might lose the championship. But no, Lewis Ferrier hangs on. Couldn't see too much what happened there due to the camera. However, Adam Aytekin was not able to, manage to overtake, but it seems that Lewis Ferrier, took that place back. So that's gonna be great for Lewis Ferrier, but not that good for Adam Aytekin. It might have been that Adam Aytekin, from what I can see, might have made a mistake. Which, isn't great for Adam Aytekin, because that now just means, okay, Lewis Ferrier just gonna get it now. Most likely gonna get the championship. However, there is 42 minutes of racing left, so you never know. Now the gap between Lewis Ferrier and F.R. Matigan is around a second now. It's gone down to 0.85 now between Lewis Ferrier and F.R. Matigan. With Gugula is around 0.8, 0.86 to Fatih Sarıtaş. Actually, more about 0.9 to be honest. Bilal Akman is around 66 seconds behind Matra. F.R. Matigan is rapidly approaching. He might be able to try and overtake once again. The pace compared to Lewis Ferrier, very good, but Lewis Ferrier might have, messed up his tires while trying to defend there. Maybe he pushed him too hard. Maybe he's gonna pit next lap, but it's definitely not this lap. Now F.R. Matigan around 0.4 seconds. If he just manages to overtake and make it stick, he's definitely got a second. Levent Tepek's winning on that matter. Levent Tepek has just gotten the fastest lap of the race once again. His pace is great. Lewis Ferrier is around 4 seconds behind Levent Tepek, 3.6 if you want to be exact, to Levent Tepek with F.R. Matigan now so close to Lewis Ferrier. It was around 0.2 seconds on that last corner. Or on that chicane, to be honest. Yeah, on that chicane. Hussein Said is also quite now close to Blackman, around 0.25 seconds. 0.2 now. Hussein Said right on the attack now. Next corner, he will pass. He will try and pass. Now he's going to try going down the outside there. And oh no, he wasn't able to. There was just not enough space there to make the overtake for Hussein Said. Now he's gonna try again down the straight, and he might be able to. Oh, there's collision between Hussein Said and Bilal. I think he hit him there, hit him on the side there. So that's not gonna be right. That might be a penalty. It might just be a racing incident, to be honest. But it seems both of them can drive perfectly fine. Bilal, I think, we didn't go to a barrier. That would have been horrendous for his race. And, I don't think the Vanspec would like that very much because, well, then he doesn't get to win. His chances of winning would be reduced if, like, something like a safety car comes out. If, for example, Bilal just sitting right in the middle of the track there. As Gula, very close. Oh, he's right behind the tail there, going down the inside of that corner with his pink-black Porsche. Wasn't able to make it stick that corner, but he's right on the tail of Fatih Sarıtaş, and going round the outside there. Still going around the outside. Fatih Sarıtaş is not letting him. But now into the hairpin. He has inside line. What is that? I think Fatih Sarıtaş spun. Yes, Fatih Sarıtaş lost it there. I wouldn't call that full on spin, but sort of lost back end there. Going into that corner. F.R. Matigan extremely close to Lewis Ferrier now. If you just joined in, if Levent Tepek gets first, which I doubt he won't, then Lewis Ferrier has to get second or better better. You can't do better if Levent Tepek has to go first. But he's gonna get first. But Lewis Ferrier needs to get second, or he's not gonna be able to win the championship. It will be F.R. Matigan trying to pass him now. What am I saying? No. it'll be Lewandowski winning if Lewis Ferrier doesn't manage. Oh, and that is Blackman. I think he... Yes, Blackman has just spun. Oh wow, that's rough. I think he's is he stuck on the sand trap there? Might have been. Struggled to get back. But that now means to say just safely in 8th. But that's, unless something like a safety car happens, no way he's gonna catch up to Master. It seems Lewis Ferrier is quite. It seems Lewis Ferrier has a little bit of faster pace than Efe Adematikin, as Efe, I'll just call him that, easiest, as Efe is, you know, he was sort of pulling away from Efe a little bit there. Efe Adematikin around 0.45 seconds to Lewis Ferrier now, 0.3 now out of that corner. Now in a few turns, they're gonna go ahead. Is it gonna be the chicane at the end of the track? I think it may be. Yes, it will. If Adematikin round the outside managed to overtake Lewis Ferrier, now he's gonna have the inside line. But no, he's gone out a little bit there and lost it. Lewis Ferrier just driving very cleanly there. Efe Adematikin's making so many mistakes this race. Wow. And Lewis Ferrier just holding on to that championship. Because if Efe Adematikin overtakes Lewis Ferrier, Lewandowski will win the championship. All Lewandowski can do is just wait and pray for Efe Adematikin, who is 0.3 seconds behind Lewis Ferrier there. 0.4, give or take. The rest of the grid is quite split apart now. You know, the closest anyone except for Efe Adematikin and Lewis Ferrier is Utkuga and Fatih Sertaşu, about, what is that, 3.6 seconds between each other, and that's still a lot of distance between them. It seems that in the last 4 laps, Lewis Ferrier, can't chat about that. As Efe Adematikin is closing in, yeah, I wasn't able to fully see how well Lewis Ferrier was doing with Efe Adematikin as the you know, on-screen thing went away. But Efe Adematikin might get a shot, most likely in the next setup, or, you know, maybe I can't see it, and he's gonna try on this chicane once again. I think he braked a bit too hard into that corner. I saw a little bit of smoke, but maybe I'm dreaming, maybe I'm, you know, but never mind. I was correct. They will be fighting in the next lap, as Efe Adematikin is now 7/10 of a second behind Lewis Ferrier. Lewis Ferrier is doing great. He's going way faster. Has that bit of pace needed where he can win the championship. Now, if you do not know, that's not words. Wow. Ooh, I'm tired. If you do not know, see, that's English, eh? The race is 1 hour, so we're 32 minutes in now. 32 minutes to go, and 32 minutes to go, and it will be 32 minutes, so 32, and you know, like 10 seconds, and 1 lap before the end of the race. So these drivers got okay, let me slow down for a second, because I'm tired and I can't formulate sentences. So these drivers just need to, you know, stay locked in for about 32 minutes now. 32 minutes, and Yeah, it's about 33, 34-ish. And that is Lewis Ferrier going into the pits now. As Epardamatican just doesn't follow him in. So as Lewis Ferrier is in the pits, that's gonna be Eran'den Bakan passing him, and so is Utku Güler. I thought Lewis Ferrier moves a little there, but it seems not, as Lewis Ferrier is still in those pits. It really takes quite a while in those pits, as everybody except for Hussein Said and Blackman passes Lewis Ferrier. That is because Hussein Said and Blackman was lapped. As Lewis Ferrier now comes out of the pits, it's going to be the other cars pitting soon enough. Leventebek has a lead of 5 minutes. What am I saying? 5 minutes? 5 seconds. Sorry about that. I'm a little bit tired today. Around 5 seconds. 5.2, 5.3, 5.42 right now at least. Around there. And if he keeps this up, around 6 seconds. Now, between Leventebek and Lewis Ferrier, Leventebek has that much pace. It's crazy. That lap 16 doesn't really say much because Lewis Ferrier was going into the pits there, but it's still the laps before that. Leventebek has so much pace. It's truly now a battle between Epardamatican and Lewis Ferrier to decide if Leventebek is going to win the championship. But as Epardamatican goes into pits, so does Eran'den Bakan. And Utku Güler and Fatih Sarıtaş are going to follow them in to the pits there. And they're all gonna be laps, not laps. We're gonna be overtaken now by Maxwell, and that is Lewis Ferrier now. Lewis Ferrier will get third as the cars are coming out of the pits now. Utku Güler and Fatih Sarıtaş are still in the pits, but the rest of the cars, they're out there. Lewis Ferrier is now wheel to wheel to Epardamatican. But Epardamatican is doing quite well defensively, but he might mess up again, as he has done before. And Lewis Ferrier manages to overtake Epardamatican. Now we're on board with Epardamatican here, as he's gonna try on this hairpin there. But I do not think it is enough. Lewis Ferrier's pace is great, and once Maxwell pits, Lewis Ferrier will get second. And that is Leventebek also pitting. So that will mean Lewis Ferrier will get first place. I think Leventebek pits a bit late. That was not ideal for him, and now Lewis is going to be able to get first, and he's going to win the championship. He's likely to win the championship, as Epardamatican is now trying to come around the outside now, not the inside, the outside of Lewis, but oh, he's sort of gone on the grass. That was a bit of collision there, but it should be fine for Epardamatican. Matsur is also pitting, so that's going to allow Lewis Ferrier and Valder Martin to overtake them, to pass them, as well as... No, sorry. Not Leventibek, because Leventibek has that much of a lead. Wow. He has 9.5 second lead, even though he's just pit. So Leventibek is definitely getting first place, but that all he needs to hope is to overtake Lewis, for F.R. Damatic to overtake Lewis Ferrier. But it seems Lewis Ferrier has just that much pace compared to FR. Father Matigan is around 4/10 of a second to Lewis Ferrier now. Around 3.6, 0.36, 0.4, around there. As that is Father Matigan going down the inside into that chicane, and now he was around the inside there, but Lewis Ferrier, once they are on that chicane, just faster. It's always that chicane, but if just can't make it stick. Over and over again, just can't make it stick. If it's around, half a second to Lewis Ferrier now. As we have around 25 minutes to the end of the race. Effort is around 0.35 now to Lewis Ferrier. Paolo Martin seems to have a bit more pace. However, he's overtaken so far this race. I can't talk about the previous races, but so far in this race, just hasn't been excellent. He's going to try another overtake down the chicane again, but is he going to be able to do anything on the chicane? He's going around the outside of this one, but no, Lewis Ferrier, he put it exactly where he wants to be. And there's collision, and Lewis Ferrier spins, and as the Paolo Martin goes straight into his rear with the scar. Lewis Ferrier is holding second now, as Eren Demirkan is third. F has gone down before. These guys might have to pit, depending on how much this affects their cars. That's, not ideal for Lewis Ferrier now, as he really can't do much about Leventibek now. However, and now he has Eren Demirkan on his tail, and Efe Adamatik might be able to catch up, but you know he's about a second and a half, 2 seconds away from Eren Bakan. So I highly doubt that, but you never know. Highly depends on their pace. Now into the I think Lewis Ferry. I saw a bit of smoke. He might have locked the brake a little bit there, and then very close to the back. Lewis. Now it's 21 minutes to the end of the race now. That's Fatih Tetteh right behind Utku. I think he just made that overtake. Couldn't tell. But it seems pretty sure Fatih Tetteh does overtake Utku. But Utku extremely close again. Might try again, and Utku overtakes Fatih Tetteh. Now, Fatih Tetteh tries again. Makes a stick. Seems Utku going down the outside. Is he going to be able to on the exit now? Because here he's going to be on the inside now. However, it's going to be on the straight. Who's going to have better speed on the straight? It seems to be Fatih Tetteh. We're going to have to see on turn 1 what's going to happen with these two. Ideally, what Lewis Ferrier wants is for these guys to cause some sort of safety car. But it seems Fatih Tetteh is holding his own currently. Utku is right, next to Fatih Tetteh's back wheel, and Utku managed the overtake. Utku sort of went out of the track a bit there, but he seems to have kept his position quite well, at least for now, as Fatih Tetteh is going to try once again. But this time, Fatih Tetteh, outside of Utku, just has a little bit more pace, potentially. But no, he doesn't make that overtake. The black one is now going into the pits, or is in the pits. As the gap between Fatih Tetteh and Utku is around 2 tenths, 3 tenths of a second. We don't have too long left now, as Efe is around 0.8 seconds to Eren, and Fatih Tetteh around 0.4 seconds to Utku. I don't know what's happening with Blackman now, but he's staying in the pits for quite a bit now. seconds gap between Fatih Sertaç and Utkuger hasn't really changed too much, but Fatih Sertaç definitely wants a little bit more in terms of points. As Fatih Sertaç has 41 points. So whatever he does, as Cold Library is not racing this race, he's gonna overtake. He's gonna take Cold Bradbury in Cold Bradbury's 4th position in the championship. And potentially another account, but it doesn't seem to be like it's gonna be that much. But in terms of standings, in terms of championship standings, Fatih Sertaç has 41 points and Utkuger has 35. Bırakman also has 35, but Bırakman's definitely not doing too great this race. For reference, Murat only gets 7 points, while 5th, which Utkuger currently gives 11. But, currently what these guys are fighting for is only 1 point. So, for the love of the game, Utkuger tries to manage to overtake, goes a bit, goes a bit wide there. They're still wheel to wheel, right next to each other, as Utkuger is going to try and take in that inside line round the chicane, round the final chicane. And Utkuger manages to stay with front, but maybe I should stop talking because Fatih Sertaç holds on. I think that was Utkuger a bit on the guard there. As they're very close, they're still very close. Lewis Ferrer is a safe distance away from FA Automatic now, around 2 seconds, 220, around there. But that one's still in the pits. Maybe he's just going to stay there and watch the race. I don't know. But surely the race, even if he drives, is up for him. Utkuger around the 4th second to Fatih Sertaç now. And another account is around 0.8, 0.85 to FA. Now, in a couple of turns, Utkuger is going to try to overtake Fatih Sertaç again for P5. And it's going to be very close now, around 0.3 seconds to Fatih Sertaç. Now, on a lap basis, Fatih Sertaç is just so much faster in those last 4 laps compared to Utku. But Utku is around 2/10 of a second, so maybe Utku will manage as that's Fatih Sartaş on the grass there as Utku manages to overtake. The Altman still in the pits. Pretty sure he's just chilling there now. He's most likely out the race. It seems if things go the way they are going now, Lewis Berry is going to be the champion with Levent Ipek second. If, be a safety car or just, F just becoming really fast all of a sudden, and Lewis Ferrer gets in third, then Levent Ipek will get first place, and win the championship. That's a really weird way to word it. What I'm saying is, if Lewis Ferrer gets, second place, third place or lower, then Levent Ipek will win the championship. And if Lewis Ferrer, assuming Levent Ipek gets first place, which it seems like that's what's gonna happen. So Lewis Ferrer needs to hold on to that second place to win the championship. The gap between Eren Nurmurkan and Efe is around 110. Around 110. 124 now. Fatih Sartaş still, trying to catch up, but the gap is getting bigger and bigger now. That's 0.8, 0.9 seconds to Utku now. And, he's only just overtaken a little bit ago, like a lap or so ago, I believe. Now we're on board with Fatih Sartaş, as he's closed the gap. Maybe what I say wasn't exactly correct. Maybe Utku doesn't have that much pace where, Fatih Sartaş is done for. If Adem has the fastest lap now, it's no longer Levent Ipek who has the fastest lap. That might just allow Efe to overtake Lewis, but it seems unlikely because it's around 7.5 minutes left of the race, plus 1 lap. Now it's Fatih Sartaş wheel to Utku. He's going to be going down the inside on this corner, and still manages to keep in front of Utku there. But Utku might just be able to soon. As Fatih Sartaş there, trying to break a little bit later than Utku there. as you can hear their brakes squealing. They're going on the sausage curbs there. That's not going to be great for the tires, but they won't have that long left of the race, so it should be fine. Now into the hairpin here. Utugula is once again a bit wheel to wheel, and not this corner, not much to do that corner, not yet. If I'm not mistaken, seems to be catching up quite a bit to Lewis Ferrier. On the last lap, he was 0.65 seconds faster than Lewis Ferrier, but he seems to be only doing that. Damn, that's a sudden burst of speed just happening right now. The lap that he just completed, he was 0.68 seconds faster than Lewis Ferrier, so he might just be able to take Lewis Ferrier's championship win away from him and give it to Levante Peck. That was Kugler. The gap between Kugler and Fatih Sertaç, it's gone up again. It's gone up again, so it seems unlikely that much is gonna happen there. Now Utgula is closing in again. Maybe I'm saying the wrong things, I'm saying it doesn't seem unlikely that they're gonna have much of a fight, but like they were getting quite close to each other there. Now Utgula is around 0.3 of a second to Fatih Sertaç now, with Lewis Ferrier and with Eferdem Aytekin having around 0.67 to Lewis Ferrier. There's around, give or take, 5 minutes, around 4 minutes left of the race, including that one extra lap at the end, for these guys to decide who's going to win the championship. Currently, if you tune in recently, the standing of the driver standings for the championship is Lewis Ferrier first place with 81 points, Levante Peck second place with 74, and Andy Mibaka in third with 56. So it's really not that possible for Andy Mibaka to get a shot at second place or first place in the championship, but it mainly boils down to Lewis Ferrier and how well he can drive. Now Levante Peck, he's put himself in a good position where he's way out in front, around 14 seconds away from Lewis Ferrier. But it now boils down to if Lewis Ferrier can keep second place. Because if he doesn't keep second place, he's not going to win the championship. But if he does keep that second place, he will win the championship. As now, it's 2 minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock there. Utgula is also going to try and overtake here. He's going to try and overtake around that final chicane. That seems to be great for overtaking, but also you can mess up quite bad there. as all, you know, bit too much into that curve, I think. Because Sosco's going to say for a reason. But no, Guga though didn't really make that stick, but he might be able to in the next corner. He's flinging him down, but and then round the inside there at the exit after the apex, and now they're going to be going down into the next set of corners. I'll just pop. It's easier to like that. He's around 4/10 of a second to Lewis Ferrier now. And that's Epe gonna try an overtake there. He's managed it for now, but this turn might go a little bit differently for Epe as they're going down the final chicane. It's very great place to overtake, but it's also risky if you are trying to overtake. But Lewis Ferrier takes back his position. He doesn't want to lose, and that's going to be this lap, and then the next lap. Just about there, but we haven't never been the back, so the leader has 2 laps to go. So I was correct, huh? Shouldn't the leader only have 1? Weird. So the leader is gonna have 1 whole lap to go. If Adam has around half a second separating him and Lewis Ferrier. For context, Blackman is in the pits. Just, you know, DNF. He's out the race, so he's not gonna be. He's probably chilling, watching these guys race. Fatih Sertac around 0.2 of a second, 0.3, 0.35, 0.4 now. To Utgula, he's gonna try and overtake potentially in these 2 laps that they have left. But he really needs to make a stick. Finally, he's driven an alright race, right? But he's just not been able to keep his positions. Now with Epe, yeah, now the guy who we're on board with, Epe Adam, he's 0.3 seconds away from Lewis Ferrier, but it's really such a thing where he's made so many mistakes, especially on this final chicane here. So is he gonna do one? Oh yes, he is. But oh, he's cutting it, the grass there. That's a bit interesting there. As Levensebeck is on the final lap of the race, he might allow Lewis Ferrier to pass him. Hopefully he does before attempting to overtake. Yes, Lewis Ferrier has gotten his position back. I think Efe sort of gave it back. Personally, a bit too much. I think he could have just like led him a bit more previously, and he would have had a bit more shot on the next corners to overtake Lewis Ferrier. Now Levensebeck really needs to hope that Efe overtakes Lewis Ferrier here, because he obviously wants to win the championship. And it's all up to Efe now. If he can overtake Lewis Ferrier as he's going down the inside on this hairpin. Oh, he's gone a bit out there. He's gone wide there, definitely. Fatih Sertac and Utgula is decently distant now. They're around a second. Now it might be as they're around halfway through the lap that Lewis Ferrier seems to be winning the championship. Levensebeck just has a race, that's all it is. But Efe Adam, he's 0.8 of a second away from Lewis Ferrier, so it doesn't seem ideal for any of them, or Levantebeck or FA, because FA obviously wants to get that second place. Maybe he's helping Levant. I don't know, but the winner of the race is Levantebeck. Now, around 27 seconds behind him is Lewis Ferrier, who's now going around the final straight, going on the start-finish straight. He's going to win. He's going to get second place and win the championship. Efer Damatican also passing the timing there. Efer Damatican spun. Thankfully, he's gone off the track and not really doing much. The Lewis Ferrier is the winner of the championship, and he has won second. Levantebeck has won this race here at Istanbul Park, but it's going to be Lewis Ferrier winning the championship. Once again, he won the last season. He's going to win this season now. He's eating donuts there, celebrating that he has won. Once again, he has won. Now we're gonna have interviews with these guys soon enough. So please wait for that. That'll be in around 5 minutes, give or take, and we'll have an interview with obviously the band and Lewis Ferrier. All right, so we're back. Um, we're back, and we're going to now we're doing an interview with Levante Berg. Levante Berg. This was a very good season for you. Now, in the last couple of races, you had a few mistakes that meant Lewis Ferrer instead won instead of you.
O yüzden böyle birkaç yarış kötü geçti ama sona doğru toparladık. Güzel aslında genel olarak baktığım zaman eğlenceli birlikte. Güzeldi. Son yarışa kaldı iş. Erdem çok istediğimiz gibi sürmedi. Biraz bana yarışın başında fazla heyecanlı gibi geldi. Bana da
So
atak yapmaya falan çalıştı. Birinci virajı kaçırdı falan. Hani belki biraz daha sakin ol.
a bit difficult for me to translate it there, sadly. In summary, um, he thinks that his teammate has done a bit was a bit overexcited, made little mistakes, which sort of didn't do as great. Meant they didn't do as great as a team as they could have. In the next seasons, the top 10 is now allowed to drive LMH in the next season, the season after this one. And with them, with the Lemon team, at the start of the season, they didn't have too much of a idea. They didn't really think that they would continue after this season, but now they're enjoying it. They're having fun, so they're thinking that it might actually be quite fun to continue. For the next season, but they don't know if LMH is going to be great to join because they don't know if they're going to get too much of competition. As for example, if like Lewis is in another category, because obviously they had a fight this season. They had quite a bit battle, championship battle this season. But if they if they're in different categories, they might not have that same competition for those categories. It's a little bit difficult to directly translate, but essentially, Lemon has just been asked, oh, what could you have done differently this season compared to this season that might have made you a champion in the championship. So now he's saying that in the previous races, his performance wasn't too great. Like he's saying that might be he had a little bit more that he could have done. And in a previous race, he sort of left a bit of gap around 10 seconds in case some sort of incident happens, so that he doesn't lose any positions or he doesn't do much. Not much happens. However, in retrospect, now looking back, there's not really that much reason to do that, and that sort of cost him a little bit more than he would have gained. Now it's Lewis Farragut, so I do not need to talk over this one. Now we're waiting for Lewis Farragut, and this is the champion, Lewis Farragut.
You
Hello.
did a great job in today, with little bit blood and lots of sweat, probably inside of your Mustang, smelling
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, very bad.
You got the championship today.
Yeah.
So, first of all, what is your thoughts about today's race and how it went for you?
I don't even know. I mean, that was absolutely mental. I mean, I was on the defense for literally the whole race, pretty much, and it was very, very stressful. But that was probably the most fun I've had door to door with somebody in a long time.
So, when we mentioned the door-to-door race, today with Erdem, the third place driver, you had a lot of interaction with him, even with the contacts.
Yeah.
He gave you some little bit friendly kisses from the rear bumper.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about Erdem? He's challenging driver for you.
Yeah, I mean, it was certainly scary to be around him. I mean, the way he set that Lamborghini up, it was just nuts on the brakes. Even though he missed the corner every time, nuts on the brakes, but it had no exit. So it was really a matter of just hold the inside, and if he tried to switch back, then I'm in the right place where my car is blocking him, and he can't go up the inside. And I think at some point he got a bit desperate, and we had some collision, but scary. It's very scary, man.
So this season was both mess and both perfection for you, race to race. You got championship with the 2 points, little bit luck and little bit skill, combined
Yeah.
50-50. So overall, when you look the overall season, how was your feelings about the season?
It was certainly an emotional roller coaster. It was up, down, left and right, upside down at every point. Some races would be awful with I'm driving fine. But it was I think I have a heart attack at 30.
So when we mentioned today's performance of your car, how it feels for you?
It was really hard in the corners. It just didn't feel right to some extent. I think there was a setup issue because I'd go into a corner and it feels like it's understeering, and then the rear would step out quite a lot. Generally, I think as well, it lacked maybe some slight pace, but it was it wasn't a huge amount. For sure.
So you give your all like other 10 drivers in your
Yeah.
in first 10. You got
Yeah.
LMH driver license.
Yeah.
Let me take a look. Alongside with Cole Bradbury.
Yeah.
So you and your teammate are planning to motivate for next seasons and take another championship. This time alongside with a constructor champion, the team championship.
Yeah.
It will motivate you. This season motivates you for that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we'll have to see next season. But if I have the chance to race, then I'm I'm looking forward to it. It'll be very exciting. So yeah, hopefully we can unite as a team a little bit better. It's just unfortunate that my teammate can't attend a lot of races because he has his commitments in real life. So fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
So any last thoughts for you, or anything you want to say to cameras, or any criticism you want to say?
No criticism. I think, I mean, I would want to comment on Levente Peck. I think he's a very, very talented, exceptional driver. And, jokes and rage bait aside and whatnot, saying skill issue after Nürburgring, he's a very, very good driver, and I'm, privileged to have raced alongside him and fought against him for this championship. So it's been an honor.
Thank you for your last words. Is there anything you want to add, or we could finish the interview?
I think I might start crying if I say anything else.
Then we're saying goodbye to you. Thank you for your time and your performance.
Yeah, thank you.
Şimdi
Now, Efe Erdem is not going to be doing a interview today. And now, that is the end of the interviews, as Efe Erdem is not going to be doing an interview. So now is Lewis Ferrier is the first and the second championship that he has gotten with these guys. Levente Peck has, second, once again. If you're just tuning in, near the end, Levente Peck has gotten second, and Lewis Ferrier first with 2 points difference between them. It's chemically look with 168 points, winning the team standings. And next season, some of these drivers will be allowed to go into a different class of LMH in the next season. And that's where today's race has to come to an end. So thanks for watching. It's been a great, season. And